Hello, people. How are we doing today? Clear my throat slightly. Wait for a few people to filter in. Hey, Chewy, how you doing? Hey, Jessica, how are you? Oh, hello, Scott. Oh, I suppose I should sing you something, but I don't know. Eleanor Rigby picked up the rice on the ground. Yeah, there we go. Any more than that, and I'll get copyrighted. Hi, Dan. Hi, Anthony. Passion Pets. How is everyone on happy Walking Dead zombie weekend, by the way? Hashtag killing plants. Yeah, I can do that as well as anyone. Some things just go nuts and grow and grow and grow. Some things just die a death. Hi, Nathan, Sand Creek, how you doing? Brian, how are you? Still not sponsored. Oh no, buffering again. Ooh, Catfish Terry. Sounds interesting. I wonder if he keeps guppies. Yeah. So, what's been going on in Planet Sharpie this week? Not a lot, really. Hey, Chevy, how you doing? All the fish, all the tanks seem okay. No deaths. Well, yeah, some deaths actually. The epistogramma fry kind of disappeared overnight. Yeah, shouldn't be long, Scott. Shouldn't be long. They're doing the old checky checks, and then it should all go through. As for now, if Mandy's here, I know Mandy's got the link to the PayPal, but I can't remember what it was. Not that I ask for the cash, but if anyone's willing to donate, not that I can spend it on anything at the moment. Hi, Willie Mac, how you doing, my friend? And Griffin, and anyone missed? Yes, so the Episto fry are no more, unfortunately. But yeah, Epistos tend to take a few tries till they get it right. So we shall see what happens. I'm guessing that Dad probably ate them because they were doing perfectly fine. Then come down the next day and there's none there. So that's my theory. I will put something over the filter intakes so they don't. So there's no possibility of them getting sucked in. I don't think they did because they all stick right close to the bottom. Oh, bless. I've got the hours technically, but we need. This is the thing. It's not just a case of hitting that 4,000 hours. You got to keep it there. Because as soon as you drop down below it, they're gonna take the monetization away, I'm guessing. So it's keeping it above the 4,000, which is the thing I need to keep up the streams, keep up the videos, hopefully increase the views, and hopefully that will all go well. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Epistogramma cannibalaris. Yes. But they are young fish. I mean, I've had them, 3 months, and they were tiny when I got them. They were about ½ inch long. And now the male's a couple of inches, maybe. And Tom, hello. How the devil art thou? And Cheryl, lovely Cheryl, hello, my dear. Happy zombie weekend to you too. Pam, lovely Pam. Yes. I was trying to think of an arty pun gag, but failed. They're all kind of offensive, and Epistogramma cannabis and nice green fins. Yeah, nice green five fronded fins. It would be synchro-frond, wouldn't it? Something like that. Yes, so that's pretty much all that's been going on in the fish room anyway. Bristlenose babies just keep growing and pooping and gamming up the filters, and yeah, as they do when you got that many of them. The remaining cribs are doing what cribs do, setting up territories, breeding, eating each other's fry, which I'm kind of glad of, to be honest. Much as cribs are awesome and I love them, and Pam is still in there somewhere, probably cruising around at the bottom or hiding. I don't really want a whole bunch of them breeding, because getting shot of the last lot was tricky enough. Don't want to have to try and get rid of a couple of hundred of them. Ooh, angel eggs. Fingers crossed for that one, Mandy. Both sets. And yeah, Epistos mating again. It's what I've heard is it takes them several times to get it right, as it were. Oh, artwork for me is my favourite album cover. Oh, that's tricky. The Downward Spiral is a classic. 10 is also classic pose on the cover of that. Dirt is also awesome. So that's Nine Inch Nails, Pearl Jam, and Alice in Chains. But then if you go back to the bands like Molly Hatchet, is it Frank Frazetta did the artwork for some of those, or people like? Then yeah, some of them are damn cool artwork. A little before my time. And don't recall the album cover, Cheryl, for Kate Bush, but yes, I do enjoy a bit of Kate Bush, much to some people's surprise. Then I also enjoy a bit of Taylor Swift sometimes as well, so there you go. And my music collection goes from Taylor Swift and the Beach Boys through to Cannibal Corpse, Cradle of Filth, that kind of stuff. Sad Wings of Destiny by Judas Priest. Yeah, that's a good one. Painkiller was a cool one as well. Yes. Anyone else got favourite album covers? Or would that be giving away ages or bad music taste? Yeah, shake it off. There's a hater's gonna hate. Yeah, exactly. Now, I didn't watch the video or the live stream because I generally don't watch the person's. Breakfast Club is, yeah, that's a cracking album, cracking soundtrack for that movie. Although for me, my two favourite movie soundtracks would be The Crow and Natural Born Killers. They're both awesome soundtracks. Yeah, I think, trying to think who I've had donations from. It was Mark Shrimp Tanks and Bob Kaler, I think, were the two I've had so far, Scott, which I'm very happy with, because Bob paid for the epistogrammas, basically. and they paid for the Epistos and the plants in that tank, actually, because I got the Epistos a bit cheaper than I thought I would. And Mark paid for the wood that's in there. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking Scotty's probably going to be a Beatles album, though. Oh, I don't know. I'd say it's either going to be Abbey Road or Rubber Soul for Scott. Hey Larry, how you doing, buddy? But yes, it's anyway. So that's why my Epistos are called Robert and Roberta. They're named after Bob. All US or all us. Hang on, let me have a look at me. Check me females, see if there's anything gone through. Zodiac Mind Warp. No, I really should have checked my emails earlier. Oh, wake up, machine. Oh, apparently I'm live. What are the random? Yeah, it's a bunch of random emails. It should be Revolver. Yeah, forgot about that one. Oh yeah. Pink Floyd had some cool album covers as well. Yes. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about a certain live stream where a certain thing occurred which put the original streamer in a bad light. Now, I've kind of come in on the back end of what happened. Don't worry about it, and Scott. No worries. If it ain't working, it ain't working. It's okay now because I'm working, so I'm getting paid. Yes. Oh, hang on. Let me have a double check. See if I can find and see if I can remember what my PayPal sign-in details and stuff is. Chrome. That's what I want. Hi Kenny, how you doing? I hate my 30, well, I say 30, God knows how many years old tablet because it's running real slow. But weirdly, it's still, everything on it still works, unlike phones do when they're about a year old and everything stops working on them. Hang on. Go on, when you're ready. So I'm assuming most, if not everyone, knows the stream I'm waffling on about with a certain well-known Canadian YouTuber. Hey Joseph, how are you, my friend? Hope you're all doing well. I'm just trying to figure out how to make something work. Which, if I could use a hammer, or a screwdriver, or a soldering iron, or a wrench. Oh, I just had an email come through. Let me back up. Let me see. Come on again, wake up, wake up. Ah. So crunch, crunch, crunch. So I had, thank you very much, Amanda. Oh, and probably one come through from Scott in a bit then as well. Well, thank you very much. I shall put them towards fishy stuff as and when I actually get round to getting some more fishy stuff. Thank you very much for going through that. Well, I'll say hopefully YouTube will do the whole monetization okay at some point. It's been a week. I know they're running on skeleton staff at the moment with the whole corona thing, so hopefully that will get sorted, and then the PayPal will yeah, it's just the exchange rate, Scott. Dollars to pounds, I'm afraid. For some reason, pounds are still. There we go. Yep. Thank you very much, Scott. As I say, whatever. Yeah, so there is that, Joseph. When it goes through YouTube, it might be easier, but they take 30% of it. But hey, order some TNC. Try nitro. Yep, that's it. That's the exchange rate at the moment, I'm afraid, Scott. Yeah, that's the one I got as well. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mandy. Yes. Yeah, I may well set up a Patreon at some point. Although I'm pretty sure all the modelers would tell me to Patreon off. So PayPal can be a bit awkward, but no, then YouTube don't get their money, or their share of it, as it were. But as I say, I'm not doing it to make money. If I make some, if people feel they want to donate, that's great. I'm not going to ask for it. You know, anything I do get through the channel, whether it be fishy people or model people, I'll keep a note of who sent what, and then I'll put that fund into that hobby. I've got a funny feeling the fishy people are going to send a lot more than the model people. Because as soon as there's an advert on one of my videos, I know the model people will probably unsubscribe in quite a large quantity. But hey ho, there we go. Yeah, music reviews and yeah, video reviews use Patreon. Yeah, that's because when you're doing the reactions to the music, you generally lose all the, because of the copyright, you lose the money for that. Yeah, get them tanks clean, Scott. I got to look at their best for your next video. Thank you very much. But yeah, so that whole live stream thing from, was it last weekend? I'm not going to claim I know what happened because I don't. All I know is the person who did it should have known better, really. Let's be honest. And that's where I'm going to leave that because I don't want to get involved. But best thing to do with trolls, ignore them. Don't feed them. Yeah, they can do the appeal, but you know. Hi, Big J. Oh, stiff neck. Oh, no, don't worry. It's not corona, I don't think. It's just from work. I've been restocking drinks, so lifting and bending and picking up heavy stuff. Well, heavy for someone who's been sat on his butt for the best part of a year. So what else has been going on in Planet Sharpie? Not a lot, really. Work's been busy, keeping me occupied. I've got something other than rusty tanks, more modelers with. Hey Gary, how you doing? Yeah, possibly. Well, there's, I'll give you the scoop, Gary. There's going to be quite likely a floaty thing coming next, an English floaty thing, and an English plane. Although there is a Russian tank to finish first, and a German tank that's being Russianified. So, an artist commissioned to artwork by management YouTube sends it back on. Yeah, they do. I mean, my theory with a lot of not a lot, but with you get the music reviewers. I do watch some of them because some of them are actually really quite interesting. Some of them just because it's really funny when it's someone who all they've ever listened to is rap, and then they start listening to grunge or rock or metal. And they're like, I know the tune. And you go, yeah, it's because it's been sampled about 3,000 times. But yeah, if you're just putting the music video up and playing the sound and playing the track and then going, yeah, I really like that, or no, I didn't really like that, then yeah, I think the money from that should go to the creator, who isn't the YouTuber. It's the person who made the music or the video or whatever. When it's someone like, say, Rick Beato, who's going through the video or going through the song and explaining the chord progressions, the time signatures, how they got the certain things in the song, what makes that song great, which is what the series is titled. He's doing enough there to make it his, but then people still block it. And blocking someone from hearing your music seems to be a really bad idea if you're trying to get people to listen to it. Yeah, don't worry, Gary, I won't send you any pictures of those floaters. The spits should go together well. I've purposefully not watched any build videos or anything on it because I like to find out if there are any problems myself. Although being Tammy, I don't expect there to be any. If there's anything like that BF109 was, which is an absolutely amazing kit. Enjoy your tea your dinner, Dan. Have fun. Thanks for leaving it running. Windsor Pegasus, guys. Yeah, I shall look him up, Chewy. And Joseph, yeah. Well, no, I'm not gonna knock anyone for an interest or a hobby. And if you love model trains, you love model trains. Personally, I found having a train set as a kid really boring. Probably one of the most boring Christmas presents I ever got. But to make them, these days as a modeler, to build the layout, build all the houses, all the other various accoutrements, get all the wiring done, wire it all up, perhaps even build my own trains from kits. That would be awesome. Then it's done. That to me is the hobby. Sitting there watching a train go around in circles is just boring to me. But then that comes from being an RC racer. Well, I can't even just drive an RC car on the street and have fun. There's like 5 minutes on board. It's like, no, I need a racetrack to go around with people to race against. I think there's been a few more people turn up. I haven't said hello if I missed you. Damien Markham, thing for model helicopters. Yep, done the helicopter thing myself. Good fun. Definitely much more fun than quadcopters or drones anyway. Those things are so tedious to fly, it's unbelievable. Model trains would trade the toys now for guppies. Fair trade. Probably got quite a lot of guppies. Man who likes painting Christmas village houses. Yeah, I'll say, I mean, to me, drones have their use. It's for someone who's making video. For whether it be a YouTube channel or you're making a documentary or you're filming a video of an island, perhaps, Joseph. Right. Then yes, but as something that's fun, nah. But that is coming from a model RC racer. Full-on world spec race cars. Doing actual speeds of 60 miles an hour around a racetrack, not scale speeds. Scale speed will be 600. That kind of thing. Yeah, racing drones, been there, done that. That's good fun. The only problem is I can't get on with having either having the camera to watch or the visor kind of camera or screen. No, I actually like to stand there and watch it. But yeah, but then people don't like them because it don't look very good. But no, they've taken off all the stuff you don't need. Taken off all the stuff that makes it not fun and replaced all the plastic with carbon fiber because it's lighter and stronger. Yeah, model train running through the backyard and back into the house. Yeah, you probably want G scale for that, I'd think, which is what? O gauge in America, I think. I think it's O gauge. Yeah, I would say a lot of, they're great for the purpose that they're great for. But I want an RC thing to be fun. I mean, or OH, yeah. This is the thing is we have different scales in the UK to you have in the US. And we have HO and we have double O now. And really slightly different. The tracks are actually the same, but the trains are slightly different scale. But N scale. What you do with an N scale, Joseph, is glass top coffee table, and you have it running around inside the coffee table. Yep, Rod Stewart, renowned model train guy. And this is Pete Waterman, Stockade Given Waterman, responsible for such greats as Rick Astley and Kylie Minogue. Yep, he's a renowned model train person. I mean, if I would, inside a Palladarian would be cool. But if I was going to build a model train, it would be a static one, and it would be in 35th scale. And probably have tank turrets mounted on it. Yeah, NLZ. Yeah, NLZ would work well. Hey, Bubba, how you doing? Good to have you on board. Yeah, it's actually quite surprising the amount of famous people or stars that do the hobby. I mean, Gary Newman, the well-known, in the hobby for building models. Henry Cavill, who played Superman and is now The Witcher, he paints miniatures. Yeah, exactly. Building the scope and the layout is the fun part. Driving the train around gets boring, to me anyway, after about 5 minutes. Well, if you get a chance, Joseph, try building models. It can be very relaxing, as long as you don't try and build bad ones or bad kits or things that people get really upset if you use the wrong color paint. And so it seems that they're not being the fisherman train setting. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the fate of most train sets, is they end up in the attic, slowly decaying. Hello, Kay. How are you? Hope you. Yep. Am I enjoying Easter? I am now. Now I'm sat here talking to my friends. But obviously, with the whole lockdown thing, I haven't seen Mary for about a month now. I haven't got any Easter eggs myself because of that. Cool, Bubba. You're at the right place. I do fish tanks and scale models. So nice to have someone else with the same combination of interests, because they are kind of eclectic mix. And the problem is, I've not got any Easter eggs, but there's one for Mary and one for Adam and Nadine sat just over there. Yeah, it's going to be really difficult not to eat them till like mid to late May. We have an HO scale train town. Train goes up Helix to the second floor. That's cool. Yeah, that would be cool to see. Interesting to wire up as well, I would think. Found a bar of chocolate in the cupboard. Yeah, I don't tend to have bars of chocolate in the cupboard. I tend to have bars of chocolate I buy and eat. You know, the actually saying that, there is a bar of caramel Aero over there. It's got my name written on it. That's done well. I actually bought it yesterday. Mind you, I bought it when I finished work at 11 o'clock at night. So I came home, basically went to bed, which is why it's still here. I didn't remember about it in the morning. No, I did. I remembered, but then I remembered I also had pecan and maple slices, so I had them instead. They were horrible. Oh yeah, I'll eat it. Don't worry. I'm at work again tomorrow, so I just get another one tomorrow. It's that easy, Kay. Yeah, not that I'm a chocoholic or anything. You know, I don't have a sweet tooth at all. Bubba's kind of stopped the model since started messing with fish. Yeah. Kind of happened with me too, Bubba. In my case, my mojo for modelling slumped badly before I even started fish keeping, to be honest. And I've been struggling with it for a couple of years now. The mojo just isn't there. I can go up, I can sit there, I can start working on something. Quite happily sit there chopping, sanding, gluing, and then I get to the painting, like the tank or the plant, and I just lose interest. I always say it, but yeah, it's just as we like chocolate just as much as women do, Kay. We're just perhaps not quite so delicate about eating it. So I tend not to eat food. I tend to inhale it. Speed it goes down at. Basically, chewing for me is something you do to break the food up into small enough bits you don't choke on it. I'm gone. So yes, I kind of view eating as like putting petrol in a fuel tank. Oh, Moonmaker, good movie recommendations for plague times. Doomsday, that's a good one, especially at current circumstances. Let me have a look what we got up here that's really good. Yeah, Doomsday. Death Watch was quite cool. Domino's a really good movie. Dog Soldiers, that was good. Dogma is awesome. And yes, that is basically just D, E, F, and G up there. The Expendables, if you just want a bit of a laugh for a while. The Final Destination series. It all depends on what kind of movies you like, because I'm a violent horror movie kind of guy, mate, in the main. There's not very many light comedies or rom-coms up in my collection. It's got booze in it, I'm in. There you go, Chewy. You have the booze, I'll have the caffeine. I'm like Shyamalan, Shyamalan, something like that. Anyway, yeah, I think he's made a couple of good movies and some really duff ones. Yeah, it could be quite interesting. But as I say, Kate, there's not really anything off topic here. Things we talk about, we end up on all sorts of subjects. So, haven't seen Domino for you? Yeah. Hey, Nola. Yeah, good recommendation. Go on to IMDb, find an actor or actress, look through their list of movies, and watch them all. And you'd be surprised just how many some of them have done, or just how few some have done. Oh, geez, I'm trying to remember who it was in Domino now. My head's saying Rachel Weisz, but it's not. Was it Keira Knightley? Someone like that, I think. Yeah, that is a good idea. And if you really want to just kill a day, the Lord of the Rings extended editions, each one of them's at least 3 hours. So you're probably losing 10 hours there. So, yeah. So of late, a lot of the stuff I've been watching has been about warships, naval history, that kind of stuff. And what other things? Well, my friend's fishy and modelling videos, obviously. But I take that as a granted that you know I'm watching. May not always leave a comment, but I do watch. Yeah, so if you love documentaries, just go to the documentary channel on YouTube. There are tens of thousands of them on every subject you can think of. I mean, so there was one. It was probably a couple of years ago now. I watched it, but I was having a bout of insomnia, and I sat and watched a 7.5-hour documentary on the Crusades. Yeah, then I went to work. Hi Alice, how are you? Nathan Sand Creek. Sorry, I've been dozing at the first time. Yeah. Nathan, don't worry about it, buddy. If you want to doze, you doze, man. I know my voice can send people to sleep at the best of times, so as a couple of people said about the video I put up on the Spitfire kit this week, is boring, or switched off when he was looking for a pokey thing. If you got the attention span of a gnat, well, off. Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings on audiobook. Actually, that is a good channel. You don't necessarily have to be into your Warhammer 40,000, although you might get into it from the channel. He's called what's his name? a border prince. So a border prince. And he's done a lot of, he's doing his own audiobooks, as it were, of the stories written for the Black Library, which is the Games Workshop literary side, let's put it that way. So it's all the stuff based in Warhammer 40,000, 30,000, that kind of stuff. And he does a really good job of that. So a border prince, if you want something to fall asleep to. Yeah, I'm the same, Nathan. There's wind or whatever, I struggle to sleep. As soon as there's a thunderstorm and hacking it down with rain. Yep. Yes, especially if I can go sit out in the back garden with the old fishing chair out, put the fishing brolly up, because I've got a posh chair that the fishing brolly attaches to the chair. It's got the little side table on it as well, so I can have my ashtray and my drink and everything on the side table. Just sit there in the back garden, brolly up, watch the lightning, listen to the thunder and the rain, singing a drink and a munch and fall asleep. And I have done that and woken up the next morning, still sat out in the back garden. Good job that fishing chair is comfortable. More comfortable than this one is. You check your messages, Shez. As long as it's not someone offering you a job as a stripper again. So there. Other movies I'd recommend. You're not necessarily looking for a good individual movie. You're looking for a series of movies. That's what really kills the time. Who's for the Wings of Pegasus? Thank you very much. Howdy, Jesse. How you doing? Yeah, it's a perfect night out. Yeah, that's about as far as I'd like to go for a night out as well. Back garden. It's one of those things where I've never been the most sociable of people. Now, I do suffer a little with anxiety, so being in a crowd I'm not really good with. In a crowded environment, if I don't know everyone, I tend to get a bit freaky. So yeah, I try and just keep to myself, and especially now I don't drink or do drugs. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you'd look after the ladies, Shiz. The babies, Plex, yeah, plecking. They're om and omming. Soon be setting up another grow out tub for the current new lot. Oh, gonna sneeze. Try not to sneeze, try not to sneeze. I think I got it. Think I got it. Have I got it? Have I got it? I think so. Give it a couple of minutes and it'll be you. But yeah, it's black bristle noses, they're all doing great. The cribs, they've split into pairs, breeding themselves and then eating each other's fry, thankfully. And the epistos, I think the dad has eaten the rest of the fry. But with epistos, that does tend to happen for a while. Back to haunt me at some point when I least expect it. Actually, for funny sneezes, it's quite a way back in the channel, so it might be a pig to find. But there's myself, Mary, and Nadine did a bit of a tour around a couple of local museums. Went to the Flixton Aviation Museum. So while we're outside with all the planes around, I thought I'd do a quick look at the shiny planes video. And Nadine managed to sneeze very loudly right in the middle of it. And it's on YouTube for all to see and hear. If you and she sneezes louder than I do. And her wind is louder than mine as well, apparently. So, yes, that's a 16-year-old girl for you. The mould, as I call her. The mouldy old girl. Oh, don't you start breeding now. Behave. Sorry, I've got the Chopro Danios doing the old circly bit around the other and showing off and pairing up, and yeah. Hola, Alex. How are you? Not, I think any of their young will survive, because if they don't eat them, the butterfly cichlids will. Mind you, saying that, there's still some cherry shrimp in there somehow. But then there's cherry shrimp in there, and I never put them in there. And with what's in there, they should all get eaten, but they're not. I don't see the big ones. I see the small ones. So somewhere in there is a big mama and a couple of, or at least one big mama and male that I never see, because I see the babies momentarily. And speaking of which, yes, B and JC, that's their two homes. B hides in that stump. JC hides behind that stump. Both doing well. They're actually out and about now. They're starting to settle. Oh, pardon me. And being out and enjoying life a bit more. So yes, JC is a darker coloured and larger one. Sorry, they're the Achia gabonensis, the vampire shrimp, Gabon shrimp, wood shrimp, giant African shrimp, all the various names they have wherever you buy them from. Yeah, they're doing well. So, and B is the littler one. They're going to end up the same size, but you know, for now, the smaller one, lovely powder blue colour. So, green dragon, bushy nose, and a zebra plate. Bread, what the babies look like. You'd probably get some of one type, some of another. So you probably get some green dragons, you probably get some zebras, and then probably the majority of them would just be a kind of dull brown, I would think. Because I'm thinking like the two different flavors, as it were, are probably recessive genes. If you mix the two together, as I found with Bertie and Spotty, Bertie being the leucistic, so the sunshine bristlenose, Spotty being a common bristlenose, about 90% of the young are all common. Although it is, I think it takes a while for their colours to actually fully come through, because I notice some are getting paler as they're getting older. So fingers crossed again. And yes, we can do the middle ones as well. Yeah, that's what I would think. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that Ginger turns out to be a male, because Ginger's the longfin super red. And if I mix Ginger, the longfin super red, with the sunshine bristlenose, then I could get some really interesting colours. And if I put, but then if I put Spotty in there, I would just get hundreds of standard bristlenoses, because Dave is well full of eggs. Topic aquariums. No, they use vodka to eradicate red cyano. Think it would work on green cyano? Well, I can't see. It can't hurt. No, sensible quantities, obviously. Yeah, I know people use vodka in shrimp tanks. I can't see it doing any harm. So obviously research correct dosages. Don't just like pour a bottle of Smirnoff in and see what happens. But yeah, there we go. Alex is vodka dosing right now. Whether it means a tank or self, but you never know. Welcome back, Dan. Yeah. So no, alcohol kills bacteria. So if you were to spot apply it, use a little syringe or pipette, then yeah, it'd probably kill it. If I'm right, does it add oxygen to the water? Ginger's name will still be Ginger, even if Ginger's a boy, because Dave is a girl. I didn't change Dave from Dave. Didn't go to Davina or something. No, it's Dave. Yourself. There we go. Yeah, it would be less destructive in nature than using extra antibiotics. So I believe that was the problem, because we had probably going back to the 90s. There was Dave's not here, man. We did have a blue-green algae outbreak on the Norfolk Broads. I'm not sure what they used to treat it at the time. I think it may have been antibiotics, which then kind of messed up the ecosystem for quite a while. Got rid of the poachine. Oh yeah, put a bit of that in the water. Yeah, that'll put lead in your pencil. The old Irish potato whiskey. Yeah, people say don't drink pure alcohol. When they say it sends you blind, that stuff does. Trust me. It's kind of similar to moonshine, but yeah, pretty much any country that has a staple grain makes an alcohol out of it. And the Irish use whiskey. Whiskey? The Irish use potatoes. Yeah, a lot of happy birds. And any of the animals like the horses and the cows that drink from the rivers and like Erica. Yeah, it's a moonshine version of vodka. Basically, it's potato whiskey distilled, and yeah, it'll take your eyesight momentarily. Yeah, only for a few hours, but interesting nonetheless. I've got to admit though, yeah, that kind of, yeah, it's basically rubbing alcohol, or as you'd call it in America, or surgical spirit as we call it over here. Last standing at a rockers party once, totally wiped out their supply, so boring and all asleep. Yeah, potatoes best thing vodka. Well, random fact, quite a lot of, if not all, well, most, let's go, of the World War II Russian tanks, all the English tanks have a water boiling device inside, so you can make tea in safety. A lot of the Russian tanks actually came with vodka stills. Not only does it keep I'm not sure. He's probably due to go live fairly shortly, so you can ask him. Yeah, so it's, yeah, English tanks have basically kettles in them. Russian tanks had vodka stills. Was it the SU-100? Yeah, the SU-100 actually has a barrel on the back that's full of vodka. Was it the 100 or the 100Y? Can't remember which one. One of them anyway. Russian tanks usually have the fuel barrels on the outside of the tank. That way, if the fuel gets hit, it goes woof, but it does it on the outside of the tank, not the inside. A lot safer. Now, do you want to be in a big metal box when a couple of 100 gallons of petrol goes up or diesel goes up in flames? No, not me. I'd rather it happen outside the big metal box. It's got a bit toasty inside. But then that is the other thing. The Russian tanks were all diesel and the German tanks were all petrol. The petrol tanks didn't start in the Russian winter. The diesel ones did, though. Probably so put vodka in them. Yet another reason why you don't invade Russia in the winter. Gave up. Yes, so back in my drinking days, Cheryl, I've drunk clubs out of things. Drank the Attleborough Snooker Centre out of Newcastle Brown Ale one time when it was a free bar. That was a bad idea for them. That was the night. I remember the date. It was the 5th of January. That was the night I woke up in the shed, freezing cold, with my trophies wrapped up in a sheepskin blanket because I locked myself out. Made sure the trophies were safe and froze my nuts off. But there you go. Dumb things you do when you're drunk. Oh, yeah, very good segue. Certainly more interesting and more fun than the actual segways that people ride around on. Never saw the point in them. Just get a bike, quicker and easier. Oh, yeah, I missed something. Oh, well, never mind. Ugh. I would say it's been a long day. It hasn't. Oh, well, there you go. These things happen, Cheryl. You got hollow legs, you must have. Oh, there we go. Oh dear. So yes, what else has happened? Nothing really interesting other than that happening in Planet Sharpie at the moment. Things you do when you're drunk, me the other night. Yeah. The older you get, the more you well, it just takes longer to get over the hangovers, and then you think, is it really worth like a couple of hours of drunk enjoyment for 2 or 3 days of just feeling like hell? No. So what I did was I learned to act the fool while sober, which is quite amusing. Also, being the sober one means you get to remember what everyone else did. And yes, you can wind them up about it afterwards. Oh, that was the great night. Blah, blah. Oh yeah, that was the night you did. And then they look at you with horror because their wife never found out or something. I'll switch over to tequila to a bloody season. Yeah, well, I'm sure there'll be enough vodka to go around. Cheery. Evening, Aaron. How you doing, Az? Okay, I do actually have a question. It might sound a bit silly. On random margarita here-ish, maybe a little Prosecco on New Year. Cheap date. Nah, not cheap. The season better anyway, so all right. Yep. Yeah, so I can't remember much from my drinking days. I know I drank a lot. You know the one where you go out and you get drunk the night before, and you go to work the next day. It's around about lunchtime you start sobering up. It's just before home time when the hangover kicks in. The reason why Mott's Scottish USA. Yeah, there we go. Right, so random question: if anyone has any ideas, how to stop aquatic plants growing? Obviously, I know you trim them back, trim them back, trim them back. Can you actually just stop them from growing? So as you turn off the lights, and they're going to die, as it were. You stop feeding, then the fish are going to die. Exactly. Drinking is fun when you're younger. When you get older, the after effects of it are just not worth. Uproot and replant. Ah, good idea. Yeah, might have to give that a go. I've got some char. Yeah. When there's well, let's just have a look, shall we? Oh, if I can get the camera off without wrecking the joint. Oh, I've done that thing again where I sit the computer on the camera cable. You don't want to see any of that. Because that way, if it'll actually focus, yeah, stuff in there is going a bit nuts. I'm pretty sure that crypt should not be at the surface, and I chopped about 6 inches off that this week. And the ones at the front aren't really meant to be that big either. It just seems I'm rather good at growing crypts, I think. Don't worry, all my tanks have got lids. Oh, quick look over at the little CPD tank while we're here. Then into the carnage of the bristle noses. You see a few of them around and about. There's still about 150 in there. Oh. Nothing else interesting. Yes, vacuum, general crud, spare grow out tub, back garden, and the other direction is carnage and chaos. So let's pop that back on. No, like that. No, not like that. Like that. Close enough. Yes, I've got a Henry the Hoover. It's the only place I can put Henry down. And I'm still thinking that unit might get moved out at some point, and all the models will end up in the bin. But if I'm going to get a Mega Flex, that's about the only place it can go. Yeah, drinking is a good painkiller, but it causes more depression. Exactly what I found, Chewy. Drinking to deal with pain and misery, and it just basically ended up causing more pain and misery. No, wrong way, that way. Somewhere around, a bit straighter. Then I figured out I just got to sort myself out, basically. Well, the thing is, everything took a while to get going in this tank. And because it is a lava rock substrate in there. and it was a shrimp tank, and then I cleaned it all out to get rid of planaria. Not that well, it would seem, because I moved the planaria then over to that shrimp tank. None in there now, but I guess that's because the Danios have eaten them all, if not ginger. Yeah, and right quantity effects on arthritis. Yeah, weed has very good effects on arthritis as well. So I'm thinking it may just be the quantity of fish poop in the substrate has reached a level where the plants are happy now. Oh, pardon me. So it's either, oh, cichlid playing chasey now. Behave yourself. Have a toke for me, Cheery. I used to love a smirk, but no longer. I'm trying to think how long it is since I even had a toke. God, no, it was before Mary. Oh, jeez. It's got to be about 5 years, I think, since I last smoked a fatty. I think if I tried these days, it would just knock me out. I'd have a couple of tokes and fall asleep for about 12 hours. It doesn't sound too bad, actually. Yes. So I think enough. Oh, yeah, I've been hand rolling for longer than I care to remember. When did I start smoking? I started smoking 30 years ago, and I've pretty much been hand rolling ever since. I don't like to come down. I never really had a come down from it. Just used to fall asleep and wake up and feel better. But yes, it's that's the closest you get to me dabbing. That starts moving at 11. Yeah, so that is the annoying thing I'm having at the moment, is because I wake up early generally most days, as that's where I met most of my American fish fan friends in live streams at silly o'clock in the morning UK time. But now I'm working most days until 11 at night. I'm still waking up at silly o'clock in the morning and having to have a nap in the day or two. Medical wire smoking from seizure. Yep, it is legal. What's up, Jester? How you doing? I nearly fell asleep. Just been airbrushing this morning. Falling over Mr. Colour. Yep, great paints. You what you been thinning it with? I typed it before I made the coffee. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Surviving the public. Getting coughed, sneezed on, all sorts. But you know, that's what happens when you work in a food shop. Yeah, Mr. Colour. I mean, especially if you're thinning it with Mr. Leveling Thinner. Oh, it's basically Tamiya paint, just with better shades. Rodder's question. Ooh, Buckman Nubius, easiest growing plants for a low-tech tank. Let's have a look. So pretty much any of the common crypts. So the Wendettii and the Willisii, basically any of the cryptocorns that you can get from, well, yeah, you're in the UK. So if you've got somewhere local that sells the Tropica plants, any of the crits that are in the easy category, as Dan says, Java fern, hornwort, Valsnaria grows well, dwarf sage grows well, limnophilia will grow anywhere, yeah, duckweed, salvinia, the floating variety. What else have I got? Yeah, pretty much it that's growing well. Moss. Yeah, dwarf sage just goes nuts. I had a good clear out in there this week. It's already starting to come back again. Yeah, Amazon swords. Yeah. The thing with swords is they do get really big, and they have a really big root ball as well. So when it does come time to pull them out, they can pretty much pull the entire bottom of the tank up with them. And the Tropica Plants website, look at that. It's almost like you learn from candy. Yeah, Subvosa tang or underwater tang. Yeah, it's a Danurla or Denale or Danon, as one of my friends calls them. Hey, Aquarium Cowboy. They do a book, like their plant guide annual type thing. That's really good. If you can get a hold of a copy of that, I've got mine on Amazon. It was a really good price, I think. It was something like £12, which for a book, not bad these days. Exactly. You can learn from the mod goddess, or the modest goddess. Because we all call Candy the mod god or super mod. He's like, no. Yes, you are. But yeah. No worries, Rodders. What substrate you going with, bud? Sorry, you're mine. Showing photos on. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for popping in, Jester. Have a good evening, day, weekend, whatever time it is there. Won't be buying paints from Kent Models again. Oh, damn, you got old stock. Half full of goop. Yeah. Either got sent old stock. Yeah, probably is just old stock. And then I've got Tamiya paint that's probably older than you are. Yeah, literally, I have. Trying to think. I think some of my Tamiya paints have got to be over 20 years old. I know some of my Citadel paints are getting on to 30 years old. And they're still fine, but some of the new ones have turned to poop. Yeah, Amazon swords are very heavy root feeders, Mandy. They need lots of root tabs. Or an established aquarium with a lot of fish poop in it. So don't gravel vac if you've got Amazon swords, because they love the poop. Yep, thanks for popping in, Anthony. Yep, have a good Easter yourself. Swords like it warm as well. LMS can't keep Java Fern going, don't know. Yeah, it's liquid rock, and Java Ferns do okay for me. Nice, there's Java Fern in there. There's Java Fern in there. And I've got a honking great piece about that long that I pulled out of the shrimp tank that's now sitting in the crib grow out tub. And yeah, I'm hard water here. So I don't. There are some people that do struggle with Java Fern. I don't know whether it's that hardness or what is in the water. Tetraactive substrate, so with fine gravel, cheap on. Yeah, no worries with that. Tetraactive, that stuff that comes in the yellow bucket, isn't it? I think. If I can, I can't get to it anyway. Yeah, so Tetraactive is what I've got in the what was the Platy farm and is now the Bristlenose farm. Yep, that does just fine. It's more of a sand than anything, unless it's the reddish coloured one. If it's the reddish coloured one, that's doing really well. As Chewy says, there's a plant disease, and Mandy always gets the BBA on hers. Yeah, it's water in the water. Yeah, there is that. In mine, there's probably not a lot of liquid in the water. It's mostly solids, I think. You can chew on it. As I've said before, if you leave a tap dripping here, you get stalactite form on it. It's just what happens. But yeah, I'll say there's probably something that's in the water or not in the water that certain plants like or don't like, and I've heard that some plants do a form of chemical warfare against other plants. My webcam mic is peaking. Basically, I'm talking too loud there is what you're saying. I shall speak more quietly, or try to. I'm not quiet at the best of times. I'm used to having to be heard over the other guys in the live show and the hangout, so it's so quiet. Shh. Shh. So that might be it then. I might be speaking too loudly. If now I'm speaking too quietly and you can't hear me, please let me know. Need a compressor limiter, yeah. Either that or I just need to talk a bit quieter. That's a solution. Speak a bit more quietly and the webcam won't go crack, 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 bang, wallop. This is it. Windows settings. Yeah, I'll have to have a look in and see if there are any mic settings I can change. It's not going up to the top of the bar here. It's only going up to the second. That's going to mute, isn't it? I'll look into it afterwards. I ain't going to touch anything now. Oh, crumpets. Oh, Cheryl, you swine. Lovely buttery crumpets. Oh, love a bit of crumpet. Headroom at the input. Yeah, I could just be sitting too close to it. Maybe if I lean back a little further. Yes, all the Brits are going, crumpets, and the Americans are going, what? Welcome back, Willie. Yeah, Vallisneria will do that. It'll try and outfight other plants, but it actually lost to the dwarf sage in another tank, so seems to be going just fine here next to each other. Must be enough food in the tank for them all. Yeah, more upvotes for crumpets and feeding betters. That reminds me, I've got to feed my fish when I'm finished. So, hi Leah, how are you? Hope you're all well. I'm trying to, not Corona. Yeah, I'm trying to speak a little quieter to see if we can stop the microphone crackling. Because apparently I'm too loud for it. Yeah, got to be. Well, I just go with the crumpets because I don't like tea. I know, shock horror, British guy doesn't like tea. Crumpets and pikelets. Well, a crumpet is something you eat, and a pikelet is a baby pike, isn't it? File Explorer, any address bar, control panel, hardware, sound, and recording. Need to get a Johnny 5 going. If I can find a model of Johnny 5, I'll make one. It's the same as Scott from Alien World Aquatics said with the UFO. Yeah, I don't really want to buy the Revell Hanabu, but I think that might be about the only one. Short of paying a silly amount of money for a resin one. Yeah, I think it's a regional thing, Kay. We have so many different regional names for things in the UK that it can get confusing even for Brits. As I said, around here, the ladybird or ladybug, two there, is generally known as the Shibani bee. I have no idea why, but there we go. Again, I wouldn't know about tea bags because I don't buy them. Pikelet, yeah, pikelets, yeah, it's probably Yorkshire. Yeah, it is a form of like chemical warfare. I think the valve kicks out something that will kill other plants if it needs to. I was never here either. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure of the actual chemicals in use, but it does seem to be a case that it does do it. And I'm wondering if it's got anything to do with the fact that if you try and use liquid CO2 in a tank with Vallisneria in, it will kill the Vallisneria. Mark didn't get a notification of live stream. No, I've not blocked anyone. In actual fact, I wanted to, unfortunately. Kept my beds. I didn't keep them the swords. Values and every valley. No. Yeah, it could well be Moonmaker. Yeah, ask for a tea cake in West Yorkshire too. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be what will be called a tea cake around here. I'd probably actually eat the West Yorkshire one. Yeah, I'm not eating something with a rabbit poop in it. Yeah, so I think that is the thing people say with the cichlids. There he is. Welcome aboard, Mark. No, you've not been blocked or anything. It's probably just YouTube playing silly buggers with the notifications again. And I would like to apologise for not showing up for the last couple of streams. I've been at work. And there we go. That's the reason why. Not avoiding you. You've not upset me or anything. It's just I've been earning the pennies so I can buy more fishy and shrimpy stuff and pay the bills and buy model kits and food. It's not rabbit food, it's rabbit poop. Got raisins and sultanas in it. I ain't eating that. It's bad for me. Yeah, I'll stick with a Monster. That's far healthier. Yeah, I completely understand. Yeah, it's. To be fair, I think like most of the internet, with all the lockdowns lately and everyone being at home, I think YouTube and the rest of the internet is kind of struggling to keep up at the moment. Oh, itchy ear. Yeah, well, I can't blame YouTube. It's the sheer levels of traffic. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, so I have occasions where I'll go, oh, so and so's on, because I remember the times, and I'll look, and it doesn't say anything until I go to their channel. I actually type in their channel name. So if I go to just their channel in my list of subscriptions, it doesn't show. And you type in the channel name, and then it shows up there live. Ah, hello there, chappie. How the devil art thou, sir? Good to have you on board. Welcome to my little world of weirdness and randomness, and God knows what goes on. It's probably the most off-topic live stream there is. No, didn't get a haircut. The hairdressers are all shut. I do need one though. It's getting a bit long. Although I might have had a haircut since the last time I saw you. But I can't remember when that was. Probably quite a while ago. So I may well have had a haircut since then, but it's grown out again. Just bick it. Yeah, no, Aaron. No. With the size and shape of my head and the amount of scars on it, no, I'm not shaving it. It's not a desperately holding on to what's left. It's this case of desperately trying not look like a complete dome head. Now you see, chappie, I haven't got enough left to grow out, mate. That's the problem. I mean, the amount of hair I used to have, I've had my years of hair down to my butt. Beard down to about there. It's. I got sick of just having to comb it and brush it all the time. Semi mullet. It was long on the top, shaved on the back and sides. So it was just ponytail. Cover it with Java moss or weeping moss. Yeah, or just use the comb that I use for the duckweed. Just leave the duckweed up there. That'll work. They'll go through a long hair period. Yeah, just a little. I had my scary. Well, if you imagine a cross between Silent Bob and Rob Zombie, that's pretty much what I looked like. I mean, long hair, beard, lots of piercings, all in black all the time. The walking down the street and people cross the road to avoid you look. Let's try and remember what did I used to have. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 piercings in that ear, 2 through the centre of my nose, 2 through my lower lip, 2 through that ear, 1 through my neck, and one not a Prince Albert, but a couple of inches further back. No, it weren't emo. It was just me. It was more industrial goth. Never did raving. Raver goth metal pop boy band type. Porcupine. Yeah. Again, that was back in the days when the alarms in shops were set off magnetically, and the amount of metal I had hanging out of my head, I'd set all the alarms off whenever I went in. So they never used to check me on the way out. Oh dear, Mark. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh. Next thing you're going to be singing a million love songs at me. Some Dread's only game back. Never grew back. Pop boy band. Yeah. I've never done the boy band thing. Oh no, now we're on the Chesney Hawks. Oh god. That's almost as bad as Hanson, chappy. No, not Chesney Hawks. Oh god. Oh geez, don't get them songs stuck in my head. I'm gonna have to start listening to Weird Al again. Yeah. Hey there, Gnarly GT. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, PJ and Duncan. Let's get ready to rumble. I just wrecked the mic. Psych. Yeah. Yes. Back when Ant and Dec had talent. Female fronted goth bands, band called Where Angels Fall. Yeah, I've heard from Where Angels Fall. Yeah, Weird Al is awesome. Yeah, it's been long life living in an Amish paradise. Exactly. The one you need to check out, Mark, is Word Crimes. That is just hilarious. It's based off of Blurred Lines, but very funny. Well, Amish Paradise was the one song he did where the original artist wasn't happy about it, because it was Coolio's management team that said yes, not Coolio. Oh, was the other one I heard the other day? Was it White and Nerdy? That's another good one. You just sit there laughing. Another one was it? Another one rides the bus. That's a good one. Yeah, you got them, smoke them. As you can tell, I've been at work, so without cigarettes most of the for a chunk of the day. Let's put it that way. Listening, fancy buying Nano 1404. Best way to get acrylics off a model. Mr. Leveling Thinner. Eat it. They were good. Yeah. Fat like a surgeon. Yeah, Mr. Leveling Thinner. That'll get it off. Although if you use Vallejo primer, just masking tape will pull it all off. Ooh, pardon me. Yes. Like I said, what other ones were there? There's dozens and dozens of Weird Al tunes. You can really go down a rabbit hole on YouTube with Weird Al. Jack Black in. Oh, which one was that? Oh, geez, I know it. Yeah, no, it slips from mind. Only got Tammy Lack and soak the red one. Yeah, you don't need to soak it, Aaron. Literally just brush some on, leave it a couple of minutes, and then take it off. Causa, how do you do? How you doing? Willie Mac's in there right now. Yeah. Yes, I am doing a zombie impression in the thumbnail, Causa. Well spotted, as it is the zombie weekend, when we celebrate someone coming back from the dead after 3 days. Nah, Causa likes it when we take the mickey out of him to his face, as it were. The old roast beef himself. Speaking of earlier, there's Dave. Dave the female. And actually, I was kind of hoping that one of the vampire shrimp would put in an appearance, but no. Oh, we've got a rather unhappy looking guppy. Uh-oh. What's the matter, bud? Yeah, someone's been picked on. Yes, Causa, I did. I did spot one in there the other day, but back down to acceptable levels. Yeah, it was literally just clean it all out with fresh water and start again. So yeah, one in there, which I pulled out. I'll keep a close eye. If I see any more, then the trap will go in. Yep. The old rubber lips. I'm trying to think, is Dave my oldest fish now? No, Dave's my second oldest fish. The oldest fish I have now is the panda coriants left in the Pleco farm. It probably kosher, but you know, saves me going hungry. I can't beat the occasional shot of planaria. And it also gives me an excuse to buy fresh mints as well. Yeah, Dave's having to go om nom 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 nom. See, and that's how a bristlenose should look. The size of that belly on her. Cigarettes and Monster. It's not the breakfast though. It's the tea of champions. It's 20 to 8 at night here. Amber! How are you, Amber, my lovely? Unfortunately, Zach's not here. I would get him to come and say hello as well. He was in earlier. Then it started raining, so we went outside. Breakfast when you wake up. Yeah, fair enough. But not that I've noticed, Mark. Again, could be internet weirdness. I've not had anything to flash up on screen. BCB, yes, BCB. Yes, there we go. I mean, I secretly like planaria, so I left one in there. Yeah. You got to admit, they're fascinating little creatures, really. You know, their whole life cycle, the way The head's at one end, the mouth's in the middle. Windows Wi-Fi doing okie dokie. Oh well. Eating lunch, my tasty Asian noodles. Now I'm working, Amber, because I'm working in the. I put my 144p. Can't see. Fair enough. Yeah, working lots, Amber. That's the thing. Because as I said before, I'm working in what is basically a 7-Eleven, although 5-11. So yes, we're open today, in fact. And yes, on Easter Sunday, there were people coming into the shop and going, "Have you got Easter eggs?" I'll be fine, Amber. Don't you worry about me. Other than, these, I'm in low risk group. Yeah, job's going good, Causa. I've not been sacked, warned, upset anyone yet. No mask, no gloves, no, kind of pointless for me, really. Yes. I just wash my hands fairly regularly. Try not to get coughed at too often. But to be fair, I'm in a small town, and I think there's about 3 cases in Attleborough, and all of them have done the right thing, and they're staying at home, and their family is staying at home. So fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm no mask, no gloves. I just basically figured if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. It's just, I know for those, especially those who are more at risk, that's, it seems like I'm being sort of churlish, silly, taking risks. But, got to do what you got to do. Each their own. But yeah, I'm doing what I can to avoid catching it, but working in a shop, it's going to happen if it's going to happen. But don't go worrying or fretting about me. Now, when I go shopping for my food shop, I do wear gloves. But that's only because I have them. If I didn't have them, I wouldn't. Mainly because I don't actually wear them when I'm spray painting and modelling, so finally got a use for them. It's one of them things. I smoke. That's going to kill me at some point. So and that was the first time in 3 weeks yesterday. Let's face it, I won't be staying in any day. Well, no, Thursday I'll have to go out and do shopping because I'm at work basically every day. So sugar-related takedown and do momentarily. Yes, the eating too much chocolate, and going. Yes, the sugar rush, the sugar crash. Yes, thoroughly familiar with that one. Which is why I tend to drink lots of either energy drinks or Coke. Keeps my sugar levels high. Might also explain why I'm grumpy as hell in the mornings, though. But yeah, I will say to everyone, do what you can to keep yourself safe. do the sensible things. Everyone here is intelligent enough to know what the sensible things are to do. Yeah, Lucozade. Sugar's bad, sugar's good. Sugar is one of the main food groups. Ooh. Okay. Amber, if you got a question, this is going to be. Ooh. Okay. Growing out a group. I would have thought, like most things where we get different colour morphs, that every so often something could chuck out something random. Might be an idea once you've grown him out, him or her, to keep him separate and then see if you get any more. You could well end up with blue jewel cichlids. Just the thought. And it might be a completely recessive gene and you only get one, but my guess would be a random gene mutation rather than anything anything else. Much like with yeah, it's perplexing. I mean, I would have just said it's just one of those random genetic mutations like a leucistic or an albino. And then eventually, if you get enough, you can then breed them to them and then stabilize the line at some point in the distant future. Yes, very perplexing. Oh, no. Far from me, I'm no genetics expert, as everyone knows, but that's what I would have thought has happened. Yeah, I can't say as I can think of anything obvious, because the red jewel isn't a hybrid, is it? It's a scientific strain rather than a. It's not a flower horn type cichlid, which is a crossbreed. There we go. Chewy knows his stuff about these things. Yeah, genetic mutation has to breed it back to the parent that would carry it. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Sometimes just no. The red-headed child. Yeah. Exactly. Well, keep an eye, Amber. If you start getting more, then let us know. Keep us updated. Now, could be whatever kind of cichlid it is, and it could be a Menardii. You never know. A new type. So I'm trying to remember what the red jewel is. It's not Lampologus, is it? No. Geo, no. I can't remember what the species could be crossed with related species. Yeah, there is that. Somewhere back in the dim and distant past, the redfish and the bluefish had a race. All red wanted to do was stuff its face. And probably only Brits will get that one. Yeah, it could be something that crossed way in a distant past and it's finally starting to show through. So yeah, but keep us informed on that, Amber. Maybe do a video on the little cutie. Let us know. Yeah, smart old Bluey took the Milky Way. Exactly, Dan. He got there. Yeah, it's an old Milky Way chocolate bar advert. Yeah, it's me and Dan are about the same age, so there's that. River and cichlids. The river and cichlids like slightly softer water. That's good to know. There you go. Chew with a random bit of knowledge that you didn't realise he was handing out. So there we go. We're all learning. This is the entire point. Have some fun, have some laughs, and generally try and learn something. If we learn something new every day, it's a good day. Unless it's like learning how much it hurts when you run your foot over with a roller full of soft drinks. Because that's not a good thing to learn a lot, by the way. Usually breaks a couple of toes. Yeah. That's why my toes are wonky as well, because they've all been broken. Right. So there we go. Hopefully we've helped Amber with her question. And anyone else got any questions? Because I'm starting to run low on waffle. Yep, thanks for showing up, Moonmaker. Good point, Mandy. I think Jill's cichlid looks bluish. They're related. Can they, mate? Oh, possibly. Start blogging, keep myself sane, locked up all alone. Huge. Oh, bless. There's nothing wrong with being a bit batty, Amber. But yeah, vlog away. I shall watch. I shall await with bated breath. Just remember, careful of the camera angles. Or if you don't want to be careful with the camera angles, be careful with the top you're wearing. I mean, I'm not complaining, but you know. Or change the pH. What was our pelvic crow's? Much like, is it some live berries if the water's warmer? Yes, bated breath. Except it's baited without the eye. I'm not sure where the saying comes from. It's been around a long time. It would be an interesting one to look at the etymology of that phrase, see where it does come from. Gossiping to the fake history about next door neighbours. Well, talking to your plants is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Appreciate the reminder. Yes, baited as in like master, but without the master, obviously. Thank you, Dr. Malley, for the knowledge. Yeah. Thanks for turning up, Rodders. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Chevy Fish, how am I going to spend the rest of my day? Once I've done here, I shall chill out for a bit, watch a bit of YouTube, eat that caramel aero bar. Then I shall have a natter with Mary on the phone, and then I shall go to bed. And then I shall snore loudly. Hey Dan, how you doing? Yeah, short for a bated breath. It's probably because the English language is a mix of so many different ones. I think it originally might come from something Latin or at least Italian. One of the Romantic languages anyway. It's not likely to be Norse, is it? Let's be honest. Yes. I enjoy this one. On Harry Seacombe with tropical fish. Oh dear. I've been called a lot worse, Stan. Thank you very much, bud. Cheers. Exactly. And I've been told, people have said to me, you're not taking this thing seriously enough. Trust me, I'm taking it serious. But you got to have fun. You got to live your life, lighten things up. But, you know, if you take everything too serious, you're just going to end up topping yourself. So find the lighter sides wherever you can. Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. Oh dear. No, I'm not going to start quoting Shakespeare, Mandy. I mean, I could, I suppose. Try to remember. Merchant of Venice was one of my more favoured Shakespearean odes. I was more of the Scottish play fan. Chewy, don't mind playing with temperature and lights and nature, emulate nature. Difficult to do other water chemistries. Yeah, that's the thing, is the safest thing to do is just go with what water you've got. Unless you're going to go the RODI route and add the salts and the buffers and whatever to it afterwards. If you're after a certain pH, or it comes from the Merchant of Venice, which would then explain the Latin or the Italian. Thank you very much, Mandy. Are you by any chance Googling the etymology of the term? It's like the other one. The other one is in Sherlock Holmes, in the original novels, where they're using the hard to change Rift Valley water. True. Yeah. You can do it in an aquarium, you just can't do it in nature. Yes, the various what was it? Sherlock Holmes novels. There are many times when Holmes ejaculates or Watson ejaculates. That is using the original term and the original meaning of the word, which is to exclaim. I did used to have a fishing t-shirt that had a catapult on it. And as you said, master baiter, as in baiting where you're fishing. But yes, so the word ejaculate used to mean exclaim. But Holmes, I ejaculated. Time to get the human fry down and off to bed. Thanks for being here, Dan, and have a good night yourself. Stay safe. And I say I'm 2 hours up. I think Father Fish is due online any minute now. So what I will do, Bates Motel. Hang on. Speaking of Bates Motel, somewhere up here. Ow, there goes my shoulder. One wing, you can go down there. Somewhat old and dusty. The Bates Mansion. I'll be sure to send those on, Amber. It was a model of the Bates Mansion. It's absolutely awesome, Mark. It's amazing. Looks just like the real thing. But yes, thanks everyone for tuning in, turning up, putting up with my dribble. Not dribble, drivel. And work permitting, I shall hopefully catch you the same time next week. So that's 6 p.m. GMT, and whatever difference it is to wherever you are. So, thanks. You know, the usual, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Be good. Have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Bye-bye.